All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. This is Za Nyimbo. You already know. Mukandona bano maziza kuti tindi artist, tindi creative, or someone in the game. People who are really pushing like the limit. People that are working hard to make sure that the culture is still alive. And today, I'm happy to welcome Nonymous in the building. I don't know if I should call you Nonymous, Benny. What am I calling you?
You can call me Nonymous. I think it's stuck with me now.
Oh,
I tried my best to change it.
You tried
I tried my best to change it.
And
No, they're like, no. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So
even my TikTok handle, I was trying to change it. I changed it to Benny. It automatically elevated itself to Nonymous.
By itself?
By itself. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, I think these days, when you're changing your name, even on Facebook, a vetting process, maybe so they're trying to change it and they put it back. If it's crazy, but things have changed. So anyway, before we go into the main thing, why did you decide to change your name from Nonymous to Benny?
Okay, I think at this point we can call it self-awareness and self-love, because Benny is just French for blessings and my real name is Blessings, and I wanted to embody my name. I wanted my name to carry weight. I wanted my name to manifest.
Yeah. They were not gonna say
Benny, because it's still my name.
Yeah.
But then
So if you're moving in the streets, walking around, someone calls you Benny, you
I'm like, yeah, that's me, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, you look hip hop. You look
okay.
You look modern today, like one of those streetwear type of thing. I want you to tell me, what are you wearing today? What is that?
Okay, so I'm wearing Kamoambe. Kamoambe is my fashion brand. And I'm like, I love fashion. I love art. I love being a creative. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to meet KBG. I don't have anything to wear, so I can make something for me to wear. So I made this yesterday.
You made that yesterday?
Yes. I was like, I think, let me do something.
It's a combination of, that there's a little bit of cotton there. What is that? Like, take me through the process of that.
Okay, so I'm a DIY person, do-it-yourself girly.
Yeah.
I love doing a lot of things. So I had some pieces lying around. So I had this chitenge that my mother gave me. She told me that I should be wearing it, but then here I'm still wearing it. Of which I was wearing it, and I was like, I don't need to go around looking for fabric. I can just choose what I already have. So this, unfortunately, was another victim of mine. It was my brows. So I was like, you know what? This is a material that is readily available. And since I do some designing and fashion, I had this left over. I was like, you know what? I could do something about it. I had something. I think my clothes have been victimized to make sure that I look good.
They were saying the DIY.
This is DIY because I was like, I don't need to go out to buy outfits or clothes or fabrics when I already have something at home, and I can represent my brand the way I want to, and I already have things lying around.
Kamoambe. That's what. Kamoambe.
Kamoambe. Kamoambe. Because I'm
Kamoambe. Oh yeah. Okay. So this, what does it mean?
So it means that, I think in short, it means that focus on the good things and not on the bad, because there's a very beautiful story surrounding this name. Yeah.
I see there's this pattern that you have where, uma tuluga, and then you go silent. And then, uma saruga so. For people who don't really know what you do behind, behind the cameras, behind the social medias, people maybe associate you only in the music. They don't know about all of these things that you do. So we want to highlight a few things. You have your own business going on, and then there's this, fashion sense attached to your brand. And this Kamoambe now, it's here. And you're calling it the Reawakening, and you're about to host a fashion event, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's going to happen at Kweza. I want you to take me through that process. Like what's happening? What should people expect?
All right, I think first things first. You asked me why I'm always kind of
do you go to create, come back? I want to know, so that people can also understand your work, your work thought process.
All right, I think first things first, I'm going to say one thing that is going to be a little bit controversial. I think it's something that people in Malawi don't normally talk about. I have ADHD. All right, so I am somebody who is good at almost everything. I am a carpenter. I'm a designer, so I can make furniture, I can make chairs, I can make clothes, I'm a marketer. I have a lot of things that I do. So normally what was happening was I was, because I had a lot of things that I was doing, I couldn't bring them all close together. So I would only focus on one thing and then leave the other one hanging, one thing, leave the other one hanging, until I had a system that I can bring every single thing together. So for me, music is something that I really love. I'm very passionate about, and I wanted to be doing the type of music that I want, the type of music that people want me to be doing. So in the past years, I've been having producers and other people that wanted me to be doing music as a business, of which I really want to do music as a business, but I also need to be comfortable with doing the music. Yeah, because that's what I really want. So what was happening with the music side was like I was doing the music that people wanted, producers wanted. So I ended up having a lot of projects that are actually in the archives, like a lot. Like I have more than 15 songs that have actually been archived because I just didn't feel like that was me at all. All right. So I would come because people are like, okay, you should do this, and I do this, and then I'm like, but nah, this is not me. This is not me. And I can't do music like this because people want me to be doing Afro or dancey songs or whatever. I would really want to do that, but that's just not me. So that's why sometimes I'm like in the music scene and I'm out of the music scene, because I'm a person that I've actually been doing live performances with a band for close to 6 years now. I started doing live performances in 2018 with Kumbugani Kashimanga of MYK Studios. So as a person who is so used to live performances and having live band, definitely I'm going to be picky of the type of music that I'm going to perform, because it's going to be really hard for me to perform CDs. I've never done that. And no. I've never.
Music like 4 if we track 3, 4, 5 years before now, we won't find you performing with a CD.
I've never done that.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like the music that people wanted me to be doing, or the producers that I was meeting, was kind of the type of music that is going to be allowing me to do CD performances. But we know that's not what I want. I want, there is power in the voice. There is a spirit, that actually a vibration that comes with the voice and music. So I really love to be in an element when I'm performing. So it was like that kind of struggle. Like they'll be like, hey, Nonymous, why are you not in the music scene? Guys, I'm doing the things that I don't want. All right? And because I was not self-aware, I didn't know who I was at that point of time. And it was really difficult to actually put an identity to myself. I was just doing things that people wanted, That's why on the music part, I've been like in and out, in and out.
Then you're telling me, Gudi, sunabezebo muntu or a producer who vibes with your energy to give you zimeno kufuna weyo.
I think Boyamba, I did a song. Should be with this other producer, Chaks, and Lugubebesa.
Yeah.
There's also a video about it. Yeah. It's something that I was like, now this is my type of music that I want to be putting out there. I really love that. And then I've been working with Vdex.
Yeah,
so
Vdex is dope.
Vdex is dope. So me and Vdex have actually worked on 3 projects. The second project was in Ntandizeni. He allowed me to be in my element, to be the creative director of the type of music that I wanted. And then the song was out and it was amazing. It actually, it's great because I've been receiving a lot of feedback from people because of the type of feeling it actually brings out of them. I wanted an emotion. I wanted an experience. I wanted to produce music where when you're listening to it, you can feel like you're a part of that song.
True.
You're a part of that music. You can relate because I'm trying to do music that is for you, not just for me. So even though it's an experience that is mine, but I want you to relieve it through music. So we did that project Ntandizeni, and it's amazing, and it's an emotional song. It's something that speaks to a lot of people in terms of mental health wise, and so
music, like the voice is very powerful. The projects are out there, and the Ntandizeni is out there for people who are just watching you for the first time. Afuna abange experience vibration ya vogo ya no abasena amve udi mugudi jan mundi Ntandizeni mo. I feel it. Without everything is stripped. This is like real, raw stuff, She's going to give us a piece of, I don't know, 3, 4 lines from the Ntandizeni or any of your favorite songs so that someone out there can really vibe with Nonymous.
All right. So I think I'm going to do the first one.
Go ahead.
Ndikupepesa pazonse zomwe ndinachita. Ndikupepesa pazonse zomwe nakulakwila. Ndikupepesa poko kuswanta wako ndikupepesa pokala muntu yemwesu nafune ndipanga chili chonse. I think that's it.
Fire. Now you know. Now you know why she loves to do live music, because she's got the vocal for it. And I feel like most people that like my artist Kalibayanui, Kunogo, people don't do you justice.
Exactly. And that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's very sad because mulipo ojeba and it's not like udi mafuna. Komano paliba ntwambira amena makala ndichi idu banga experiment ndi gift mene muli nayo. You want to sing live, you want to produce music that is really connected to who you are as a person, not like a lot of like mwigegezi mablagins blah blah blah. You want to connect with people with your vocals. So that said, you've been in the industry for like a long time. So many things have happened along the way. I want to understand from your perspective, because I follow also what you do. I follow a lot of artists here. So I want to understand this industry, for us to change and to really empower the girls that are really into this type of music. What do you think should be done?
First of all, I think creative freedom. That's the first thing that I can say, because guys, I've tried to be signed by people, and I was actually under 2 record labels, Roll Jams that produced the first Ndikupepesa, and it wasn't my element at all. Nyimbo yambiri inangoturuka ngati kuti ndikuchokera kunzikiri ndinsilamu. I was like, no, this is not me at all. This is not me at all. I don't have the freedom. I even sang dancehall. Like I'm good at it. I'm good at it. There's even actually a project out there that is dancehall, and I was sounding like Cynthia Morgan. That's not me. And then there is another project that I did with Cent. I really like that project. It's also out there, Settle Down. It was an Afro, and it was something that I was in the element for. And then there are a couple of projects that I was not given the creative freedom, because they were like, we cannot sell this music. And I'm like, guys, I know the type of audience that you're going to have for this kind of music. All right. There are a lot of people that I appreciate live performances. There are a lot of people that would like to be in the element. Okay. There are a lot of people that believe that music is not just about the sound, isn't anything. They want to connect. They want to relax. They want to manifest. They want to feel a certain vibration with them and the music. Okay. And I was not given that. I was not given that creative freedom. I've not been given that creative freedom for a while. There was also another person who signed me. The type of music that what they wanted me to be doing was also that type of music. My after I'm like, I'm gonna be like anybody else. I don't want to be like anybody else. I want to do the music that I can feel comfortable with. And because I was a bloke, young Gary, I don't have any money. That means I do not have the power to detect what I'm going to put out there.
True.
All right. There is nothing that I can do about that. So because I don't have the money, I don't have anything to do with my own talent or my own visions and what I want to put out there, I would definitely just remain quiet. So if there can be some workshops, of which I think Kweza is one of the workshop that is actually, one of the space that is actually giving people freedom.
Definitely. Shout out to Kweza.
Yeah, shout out to Kweza and Key Malawian. That are giving people the freedom to do whatever you want. Because you can be a hip-hop artist, you're going to perform there. You can be an R&B artist, you're going to perform there. You can be someone who is like me, you are going to perform there to your fullest ability and capability. So it's like they're not giving you restriction. They are understanding that you are you and you are the creative. Let's listen to you. Let's not tell you what to do. Let's listen to you. So I think Kweza is an amazing workspace. They have Basque that people can just go to. It's an open mic. You can even do karaoke. You put an instrumental. You do music. Your vocals are going to be the star of the show, or you can do like an acoustic session, or you can do poetry. And then they have Muse, whereby creatives, writers actually meet and then they write. They help you write what you want, all right? And they help you in anything. So I think that is already there. But I think in terms of...
So basically we need more of that.
We need more of that. And we need money. We need money.
Straight.
We need money, because I've been failing to do a lot of projects because money, there is no, right? Because definitely when you're trying to be out there, you need to look at promotion. And people think when you're an artist, it's easy. No, you have to be well connected. And let's say you're not well connected with these people, like even my blogging pages, you have to pay them if you're not well connected. If they don't feel like you're worthy telling a story to, if they don't feel like what you're you're about to put out there is going to get traction for them, because most of these broken pages are just doing it for the traction. If you cannot bring them something that can have attention and traction, definitely you are paying for that thing.
True.
So that's promotion, the money that you don't have. And then let's talk about trying to put it out there in TV stations and all of that. That's also a lot of money. And let's talk about the producer. Like right now, a good producer is going to produce like the type of music that I want to be producing. It's like for an instrumental and vocal only. It's roughly going to take me 150,000 for me to have an instrumental from Vdex. Yeah.
For you to do a song on like the lowest, how much is it right now?
Yeah, because I think me and Vdex have a little bit dynamic going on. But I think the lowest that I can get with Vdex might be 250. 250 for vocal production and also an instrumental with what I want to do, because it's very much involving. I need people that are actually going to know what they're doing. And he's a producer, yes, but he doesn't have to do every single thing alone. If he needs help, he's going to get the right people for that positioning. And then he needs to pay the right people for that instrumental to come out.
True.
Not everything is going to come by the computer, because if you do buy the computer, it's not going to carry the essence it's supposed to carry. It's not going to sound nice. So,
session artist, azaika magirala ena zabu azaika backing vocals, all of that, you know. So mwagamba zona kudi creative freedom, number one. Number two, we need spaces that can allow you to create and perform, be the creative that you are. Number three, money.
Yes, money.
You know, so along the way, mwabanga experience all of these things, you know. Panoba, I am sure you've experienced enough to know what you want to do, where you want to be. And with your element of like having all of these things, you know, there's the music aspect, there's a fashion aspect, marketing, so all of these things. Moving forward with the Kamoambe, how are you marrying these things? Zubanga complement banji.
All right.
Kamena munena kuti musia ndifuna ndifuse mode. Musia kae music kuti mwempanga kae za fashion. Kapena panoba muli mu season kae ya fashion, music ideke kae. Are we going to see you back in the music scene? What's happening?
All right, like I said, all of these things have been in existence before I tried to put them together. So what I'm doing this time around, I am creating a fashion house, not just a fashion house, but a creative house. So Kamoambe is not just going to be all about fashion. It's going to be about creatives. It's going to be about art. It's also going to be about beauty as well at the same time. So I'm marrying every single thing together. Like I said, the reason why I've been kind of like, you're saying music and then I stop, or fashion and then I stop. You see me, because I think some other people know me as a carpenter, because I think my first post on Migos Network was about me making chairs and tables and beds. That was my first post. And then they suddenly didn't see that person anymore. And then I had a TikTok handle, and then they saw me designing my first dress, and then suddenly they stopped seeing that person. And then they saw me because I've also worked with people as a creative director, so I do set designing. So they suddenly saw me do set designing from Lato. I did 3 different sets and worked with an amazing creative peer, the colorist, and all of that. And they suddenly see me stop, and they're like, "What's going on with this person? Because she can really do all of these things, but what's really going on?" And then I think some other people suddenly, they don't know me as Nonymous, maybe they know me as Blessings Manjandima. They suddenly saw me as a sales and marketing executive somewhere. They suddenly saw me at MIPS annual conference as a speaker, and they're like, "Okay, so you can handle the profession side, you can do the DIYs, you can do all of these things. What's going on? What are you doing?" And I think some people, they know me as a makeup artist. Some people, they know me that I do their hair. I'm a barber. Some people know me like all of that.
So.
And then it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's really confusing because they do not know what to follow and what to do. So this is why, instead of me having a fashion runway show, I'm having an art exhibition, a fashion exhibition, because we are united by a lot of things. We're united by music. We're united by fashion. We're united by whatever we like, wine, food, drinks. It unites us. So to host something as an exhibition requires a lot of creatives and a lot of point of views and a lot of things that you want to put out there. So I'm like, this time around, you know all of these things, that I am all of that. I can be your creative director. You can tell tell me, Paliganya, you from the stage, set designing, I would do that. Paliganya, but I need you to make me custom clothing. I would do that. During the baby room, I would do that. Okay, can you help me with interior designing for something? I would do that. But then, how are you going to reach me? How are you going to approach me? Because it's looking like every single thing is everywhere as the body bones. Like you can say I want makeup. How are you going to do that? So this time around, I'm like, you know what? Let me make something that represents who I am, my actual essence, and about the person that I am. So I am talking about the fashion, the art, and everything. So this fashion exhibition is going to bring together a lot of people. We are having people that do live performances. We're going to have an art gallery there. There's an artist that is coming to display his visual arts. We are going to have another fashion designer. We are having a hip hop artist, Frony, who does live performances.
I know Frony.
Yes, he's an amazing person. He's a hip hop artist, but also does poetry and live performances. So I'm like the mixture, the essence of it all. We are going to have wine display. So I want you to relax. I want you to be in an element whereby you do not have to feel like it's crowded. A space whereby you are going to admire every single thing at its fullest. That's why it's an exhibition, not a runway.
Ndezinthu izi zetu zimafunika ndalama. Ndalama ndikuziwa kuti baba zikwena ule. Pauveka ngati pali ndalama zambirimbiri. Like what you're saying, pali hip hop element, ma artist ena kubwera kuzapanga exhibit zinthu zawo, and all of these things. This is Kweza space, which means you had to like, I don't know, kuti imaenda bwanji, probably there's money involved for you to be there and to bring your event there. So how do you want people to support you? Like, I want to understand that part, because I know there's a fee of 15,000 per head. If you want to go there and watch or be part of this exhibition, you need to pay 15 grand to enter. But how else do you want people to support you?
Definitely. That's an amazing question. I want to be supported financially, of course, because, drama ikufunika. And for me to actually release the idea, or to bring the idea to life, or the exhibition to life, definitely there's going to be in need of a lot of money. But I'm just grateful, like for some other people that are actually coming through. I've had an amazing event planner that was like, after I started posting about it, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start. I am going to start, and hopefully people are going to join in. So I'm having a lot of people that are actually coming through. I'm having the event planner was like, you know what, I can volunteer. Let me help you with my expertise. That's something that is going to make the space or the event really beautiful and amazing. And Kweza offered this space. They were like, you know what? You're an amazing creative. You've been hiding for a very long time. We are giving you our space. So like we said, we need more people that are actually going to provide all of these things. And then I definitely am going to, because an exhibition is going to require a lot of things, a lot of graffiti, a lot of things that are actually going to make the space look the way it's supposed to be like. So if I could get help with, event planners that are actually designers that have a few things that they can bring, they're going to be like, okay, I think if we do this, it's going to look like this and it's going to be amazing. I've actually been lucky enough to have people that are coming through. Like 6 of the muses that I have are amazing people in the media industry, in terms of social media. We have Percy John that is coming, that is going to model one of the to model the things that are going to be provided at the fashion.
As a volunteer, your clothing line.
It's my clothing line, yes.
Okay.
So it's like one of the muses. So instead of me just creating for the sake of creating, he's the person that I'm also actually taking as a reference. We have Nova, who's an amazing dancer. I think he was also here last time. Who's an amazing dancer, and he was like, you know what? I want to be able to be your muse. Create something that is going to be in my style. And I believe that a lot of people have, and we have Camila, we have a lot of people that are coming forward and they're like, you know what? Let me be your muse. Let me be this side. Let me be this part. Because they believe in the creativity that is, and they believe in the fashion. They believe in the vision. They believe in something that is going to stay. So, and also, I was also speaking to a very dear old friend of mine, somebody that I worked for in 2021.
Who's that?
Linga Wine.
Oh yeah, Linga Wine. Shout out
to Linga Wine. Yeah, shout out to Mrs. Ngwila.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her a shout out because she's been one of those people who really loves art, and she's always there to support. And she's a great woman. Shout out to you, and I hope that she's watching.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Yeah.
We really appreciate her. So it's like it just happened like when I was on my way here, we were in the car, and then I just suddenly received a phone call from Blessings, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm having this fashion exhibition, and definitely you can be a part of it, because my first marketing gig that I had like with a very big brand was Linga wine.
Okay.
So I've been doing marketing for a very, very long time, but unfortunately, like I said, I didn't know how to bring it in the very in the very same space. So I've styled artists, I've marketed artists, I have done a couple of things. So I was like, oh my goodness, a client that I had 2021, and then I was coming forward, and I was like, you know what?
And they want to be part of it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, there's no problem, because she's a very amazing person, and the wine is great. The wine is
so kukakhala Linga wine kumeneko kuli so many interesting things, guys. If you want to have some, like an experience where you want to experience art, you want to meet people, you want to connect, network, but also see something that you've never seen before, I think you need to go to this place.
Yes.
And just, connect with these artists. One of the things that I wanted to ask you is, I feel like Malawi doesn't really appreciate you for what you are because of the things that you've seen. There's so many things that you've done. But we love drama.
Yes.
So people will blow out everything. And just focus on the mistakes that you've made,
Yeah.
And I wanna know, from your perspective. Marketing, you talked about all these people that you've worked for, definitely you've done some great stuff.
Yes.
The fact that they're not out there on the social media doesn't necessarily mean kuti sukuzipanga zimene zozo.
Yeah.
Chimene umachuka nacho kwambiri is the music.
Yeah.
Are you looking for people that can bring all of these things together as managers? I just want to ask that question, because you're saying you don't know how to you didn't know how to bring all of these different things together and present yourself the way you are, Have you ever considered getting managers, people who can manage you? Because you seem to have everything, going on for yourself, apart from the music side of things, but zina zodu mabanga, mu element yago, umazibanga so bwino, komano mwina joso egirandi direction and managers to manage what you already have. Have you ever had a manager before?
Like I said, I did, and all those contracts had to be terminated because they were not looking at me as a creative.
They were looking at you as a musician.
No, as an asset. As an asset that they can explore. And
give more light on that. An asset they can explore can mean so many things.
Yeah.
It can mean good afuna arenge adiago aibange exploit. It can mean good they like you and they want to exploit you. It can mean so many things. So for girls that are out there, girls like you, who are so talented, they have all these gifts, but they don't know how to bring it out there. What is your advice? Should they get a manager? You say you've got you had a manager before, but it didn't work. So if there's someone who's moving in the same footsteps as you, what advice can you give them so that they cannot make the same mistakes? Because you're right. People do exploit other people because of my gifts or siana. But then you've learned a few things along the way. I want you to highlight those things.
Okay, first things first. I do not think that every single girl is like me out there and they're as brave as I am. Because I can tell myself, I can say that I'm brave. Some people might call me stupid. Some people might call me a person who is unappreciative. But I always knew what I wanted. And there are moments that I would have been exploited, like hella exploited. Right? Because I can tell you that I've been in the music scene for a very long time. I've worked with a lot of people. I've even actually backed up Gwamba and KLK at Life Fest. That was 2021. Kali. Komano, I've had my first-hand experience and encounters with these people. Kali. I have done music with Sent Kali in 2022. And sometimes being out there trying to have a manager or somebody that you're going to work with is really, really hard, because most of the times they do not see female artists as people. They see them as a tool that they can exploit in any type of way they want to exploit. We're talking about sexually. Because most advances are made many advances are made. You cannot just find a manager who is just going to try and manage you for you. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a lie. All right. Most of the times they want to be a part of you and be inside you as well at the same time. And then they're trying to tell you that we're going to manage you. And then with those kind of arrangements, it gets difficult because they then own you. They then own your soul. You then become a slave and not a creative anymore. You then just become somebody they can make money out of. I'm going to tell you and last year, somebody also, when there was Amanda Black coming in, right? Somebody was like, I like your music. I sing me your music, whatever not. I like what you do. And then this person has actually seen me in a lot of spaces performing live and every single thing like that. And he was like, okay, so I want to be managing you. And he's somebody who has money. And I was like, he can actually bring my creative side to life. And then this person just didn't want to manage.
They wanted other things.
Music also wanted to manage me. So this person literally gave me an ultimatum that if I want the music side to be okay, because that means I had a chance that I would have performed Plays Umali Uja with Amanda Black as well, because that person is that connected and is he has money, all right. But I said no, and then I lost a chance that would have meant everything to me, because I really love Amanda Black. Right, I really like Plays Umali. I would have been on that stage, and it was, there are other people that can just do things like this, and it's literally just out there. And then I couldn't. That thing was not
because
possible.
You said no.
Because I said no. So I was like, I've been in the live performances for a very long time. Like in Nambo Banga my live performances in Heminu, Nodikuganya Watuga got 5,000 dewaja. Nodindikuwa for 3 hours in Dulanda 5,000 dewaja. And I'm going back home. I was okay with that, but because for me it was about the music, the experience. So I've said no a number of times, and it wasn't good for me, because sometimes I was literally asking myself questions. I was like, am I even making the right decision?
True.
All right. By now, if the way people know me, I was supposed to be say everywhere. Okay, I was supposed to be that famous. But then I was saying no.
I'm also one of those people who do my own guys. Because I feel like most of you young ladies that are really, really talented, like big time talented ladies out here in the game, they are not where they're supposed to be. I can tell you, Gunagudi, the only person that I've seen who is making advances and they are really getting what they deserve, respect is so many they deserve. Teresa Pondo.
Yeah.
But they're more like her.
Yeah.
So many ladies that are really talented, but it's just a question of like, how are they not out there?
Exactly, because that's definitely the type of situation that we always all the time find ourselves in, and then we cannot always all the time be like, hey, this thing has happened. Like when we bring something out there, and when we want to talk about something, anything at all, understand that thing needs attention. Understand that we're saying these things because there are a lot of things that we have left unspoken. All right?
Are you protecting other people? Are you protecting yourself? Why do you decide to because there are ways where you can report and still remain, anonymous.
Okay, I like the air quotes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So for me, it's like, you don't have to come out to on this podcast or on the TVs, on social media. You can still report and still remain silent. Where you're saying, you know what, guys, we are struggling. We want to put out our creative stuff, but we are facing these challenges,
Yeah.
Right now, like I know there's a project with Kosoma. They're calling it Freedom Expression.
Okay.
They've partnered with Norwegian Embassy. You can go to them right now, because it means they really understand what's going on in the industry.
Yeah.
So they want to promote and empower those voices that cannot be, put out there because of zindu zosiyana-siyana. Ndikachula zingine izi kare yanga ifoila. Ndikachula zingine izi ndio piezedwa. There's so many things happening. So I want to understand, why do you decide to chill and not talk about these things, or put them in the right channels where they can help you, and also maybe see kuna udanga Ntandizeni manji munjira na kudi news zindu zanu ziende?
Okay, first things first, I'm going to say controlling the narrative is a very hard sport that any person can do. And I'm going to quote you on what you said. You said that a lot of people just bring mistakes that you've made and they do not highlight the most important things that are supposed to be put out there. That's just how the game is. So unfortunately, not everybody is as strong as to handle the pressure that is going to come from social media. All right. And as a person that I've actually, because mainly most of the times when I was handling clients, I've been doing digital marketing. So it's hard for me to manage myself. It's easy for me to manage another brand because I'm definitely just looking at it as a job. And most of the times when I'm working, I just look at stats as ones and zeros, and I'm good. Like, I'm not affected by a bad review. I'm not affected. I'm definitely just going to find a way to alchemize it for a brand or another person. But when it comes to you as a person, there's a lot of things that are involved. I need to understand that I'm an emotional being. I am a human being. There are a lot of things that can actually come out of any situation that I'm going to bring out there. Anger, joy, peace, frustration, a lot of things. So when a person is going to analyze that and be like, I am trying to say these things, to put this thing out here, and there's a lot of things that are going to come out of it, right? Like, I was really glad and happy when you gave me the freedom, actually, this peace and this space to say, okay, so what do you want to talk about? And I explained what I want to talk about. And your line of questioning has not been indifferent, okay? It has actually been hitting the target at the right moment, at the right time, and it has made me feel at ease and very, very, very much comfortable. But when you actually go to a lot of spaces that they're trying to speak about you as a creative or as an artist, they are definitely going to bring uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable things about you, some things that you do not want to relieve unless you have that upper hand or that collective narrative that you want to put out there. I think there was a time when something happened and I came out. It was me who said that, guys, this thing has happened to me and please, I need your help. I was asking for help because I understood and I believed that I cannot be strong. One thing that I have understood about me now that I'm trying to be more self-aware, and now that I am trying to be in the right frequency with myself, is that I should be able to be accountable, to hold myself accountable of my situations, my thoughts, and every single thing that is going to come. So I've realized that I am not a strong person. I am a weak person. When one admits that they are weak, that's when they can find strength. That's when people can come in to strengthen them. But then now look at me being self-aware. Look at me admitting my flaws and wanting for that help and coming out in on very sensitive issues and sensitive matters, and they go out of hand. Yeah, they go out of hand.
Because people are looking for
the drama.
The drama.
They just don't want to uplift you. They want to bring you down.
Afuna bese jona kuti angajibange blow out of proportion for the sake of their own benefit. So
for the sake of their own benefit. So it's really hard.
When you came out that time, and you asked for help, did it come? Did people help you? Do you think you got the help that you needed?
Support came in many ways, I think, but on that particular point of time, I cannot say that I had the help that was supposed to be given. And unfortunately, I do not think anybody who's ever going to be in my position is ever going to come outside and be like, you know what, I faced this thing.
Yeah, because and then they saw that
there is nothing that was happening. And I am just very stubborn. I can say so. I am just goal oriented. I'm just differently driven. That when I start something, I need to see it through. Because like I said, I'm a marketer. So I definitely, if I'm going to start a strategy, I need to finish it. I need to gain results. So even if it was hard on me as a person, I needed the justice to be there because I knew that somewhere in the lines there was justice that was going to be provided. And then every single thing was just blown out of proportion. And I think I believe I had a crash out, a very public crash out, because I was communicating at the space that I was, where my mental health was very much deteriorated. And then when I tried even to speak about mental health, people laughed about mental health because I think there is not much awareness. We don't have awareness. Education.
People can don't have a lot of that.
Can talk about that, of which right now I'm comfortable to speak about that. Like I said, I've made time to rebuke myself and work on me. And because I have worked on me, I understand what's important in the narrative and the type of people and the association that I have to be around with. Because I believe there is power in association. Like when you bring the truth being communicated to the wrong people at the wrong time, at the wrong press, it becomes abusive and it loses its moral value. It might be true, but then if we are speaking to the wrong people and it has actually been taken in the wrong narrative, it's no longer going to be the truth.
Which is mostly the case in Malawi. People in Malawi don't care about how people are feeling.
Yes.
They don't care how about kuri mutuyu. They might be going through a lot of things, but people are looking for the aspect of abange ridicule, amusteke,
yes,
arantani. Maybe the crowds that we reach out to for help, they are not the crowds that we should be reaching out to. Especially on these social media platforms, I trust that we shouldn't be coming out with sensitive issues on social media because people are not there to help. They don't want to help.
They don't want to help. But then there comes a question whereby we have all of these platforms, all of these organizations that claim that they are going to help whenever you come out.
But because, we don't go to these organizations. Think about it. No, think about it. When people come out to talk about these issues, they don't go to these, like organizations. They go to the platforms that bring these things out of proportion.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say that you might be wrong.
I might be wrong.
You might be wrong in a certain sense that I've had a person come to me. I think right now people are, I've had a lot of people, like more than 10 girls that are coming to me because of the story that I put out there and because of the way they think that I'm rebuilding and I'm bringing myself back to life in terms of whatever I'm doing.
That is a superpower, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now, instead of going to these organizations, because some of them, they've actually gone to the organizations. Some of them, they've actually gone to police stations, victim unit. Some of them, they've actually done every single thing in their power. They cannot bring it to the public like the way I did. And then now they're coming to me, not because I can give them something, but because they believe I passed through a similar situation and they just want somebody to talk to that can help them out, get out of the situation. One case that actually broke me, all right, because I am still broken myself, but I believe that I am better off. Broke me was this other girl that came to me. She was badly wounded. She sent me a V1's picture, of course, badly wounded, beaten by her boyfriend. And then the parents of this girl, all right, had to go to the police. They reported the case. They went to victim support. And then, unfortunately, the person that actually did this has connections with the police as well. So this thing was never sought through. All right? So they are reporting. They are doing that. Now they are thinking, these people are not helping us. Maybe she can tell us what kind of magic she has that can enable her to be okay now. Of which is not okay. Of which I very much sympathize. Like I've had a lot of people, like even when the whole thing that was happening, the reason why I was like, let me be able to fight for me was because I had 3 girls. All right, they came to me. 2 of them are in the music industry. You know them. They're very well known. They have done recommendable things. They came to me and said, I passed through a very similar situation with this in the very same sector. Right.
But nothing happened also.
Nothing happened also because there was a system that was put out. There was a system that was put out there. Like they have each other's back. They control the narrative so hard, so bad that when you try to say,
speak out,
they're going to come out and be like, you were cheating. They're going to come out and say, oh my God, you were drinking. So it's like, people are trying their best. They have reported all of these people, but then now they no longer have that faith and trust in the systems. You
know what? This is why I was saying, my systems are they do not favor people who do not have connections and money. Yeah. It is just a fact. So this, because we know it, we need to understand. That's the first thing that we need to understand. My guy, whatever we're gonna do, business, we need to understand the systems, they do not favor Antu Obandandalama. So whatever it is that you're doing, like an afterthought. But if something bad would happen in this situation, where am I going to take this thing? So it also comes back to us. If you ask me, okay, we need to also protect ourselves. At the end of the day, ufune usafune kumala kulibe system imene imatandiza muntu mwabwinobwino mopanda wina wake kuganiza sana kuti hey mwina waimbira nkolako taimbira kuti achamagwira ntchito konko ngati ufuna zinthu ziyende mwa fast especially these sensitive issues. We should start from there. Number two, I think there are other organizations that are really doing the work. Ona kuti they are not attached to maybe like the government or the public systems. Alipo. The question is, do we have access to these people?
Exactly.
So if we do not have access to these people, we need to make a plan so that we should go and figure it out, learn and know these people. Like I know if I go online and search or go to let's say gender-based violence organizations, they'll help me. Munjira yao, because there are organizations that is not connected to anyone. So we need to start also from there. So it's a broad topic. I won't even say you are wrong. I won't say they are wrong.
Right.
Because because they are right. Zima until it happens to you.
Exactly.
Until it happens to you, and then you're like, okay.
One thing I said this other time on TikTok, I was like, you know what? Never listen to a person who's ever going to tell you that, you know what, if I were in your position, I would have done this. Because when somebody's saying if I were in your position, they don't remove their own resources.
Yes.
They don't remove their own connections. They put themselves in your shoes with their connections, with their resources, with whom they know, and with what they have. So imagine you're in that similar position as mine. You do not have money. You do not have any connections. You just have that zeal of, trying to get something for yourself, justice for yourself. It's going to be hard. All right. If nobody has been in your exact situation, don't approach them. Do not approach them. That's something that I said on TikTok. And then I later realized that I think just saying this thing is not enough. We need more of awareness. Being self-aware is a life skill. Having high self-esteem is a life skill. But most of the times, I think when we were at school, I've now later realized that's something that I lacked. I was not aware of who I am and the extent or the type of person that I am. Because if you do not believe yourself and carry yourself at a very high esteem, everybody is going to try to ponda you. You're like the chizungu tower there. But then exactly because you're not aware of yourself. So in my situation, in my whatever I experienced in the past through, I was telling people that I've been going through therapy, and I was even urging, I was like, you know what, I think I need rehabilitation, because in my head I knew that that's something that is going to help me connect with myself. It's going to be something that's going to make me love myself. It's going to be something that is going to make me fully aware. But then I then started seeing comments on TikTok, on WhatsApp, on everything that they'll be like, you are mad, because they do not know the importance of mental health and you being self-aware, and they do not think therapy is just there to make you be in connection with yourself or understand with yourself. They think rehabilitation. They don't know the difference between rehabilitation and a psychiatric ward. They don't know the difference between therapy, rehabilitation, and the psychiatric ward. So it's like I think we have a lot of people that are very so much ignorant because they do not love themselves. Because that's what I'm going to say. If you don't love yourself, you're going to think like therapy is a waste of time for somebody that's trying to love themselves. Because if somebody is saying, I'm trying to go for therapy, they are trying to be in connection with who they are, with them as a person. They want to love themselves. They want to be able to exercise something called boundaries without being trampled on. They want to be there for themselves. And because you're not diverse, you don't have enough knowledge, I can say that you're not connected in a sense whereby you can have ideas, you can have information. You're now thinking with a shallow mind, saying the person that is going for therapy, a person that is going for rehabilitation, there are a lot of things that we need to take ourselves out of. We have alcohol. Alcohol is something a person needs to take themselves out of, because most of the times it's not self-love. And then I can say I was one of the person who was drinking a lot. All right, until I had to realize who I am. I had to go through that process that somebody's going to call me stupid for. And now I'm 40 plus days sober. Okay, because I had to love myself. I had to learn what are the steps that are going to help me love myself. I cannot go through it to a friend. A friend is going to give me unsolicited advice and professional advice that is just going to maybe help me or help me destroy myself further. Because most of the times you can tell a person, I am passing through this hard time, I need money. They'll be like, and then you do that, you go out drinking when you're not actually looking at the source of
So we should also be mindful of the friends that we have. Shout out to you, 40 days plus sober. It's not a joke.
Thank you. It's not a joke. Yeah. And they'll be like, you know what? But you're going to be fine. You're suppressing the situation. You're not trying. Like I said, I think there's 5 stages of grief. Right? There's denial and there's whatever not, and then accountability. So you need to know yourself. You need to be okay and comfortable being you. I think that's the first thing that I can say I had issues with. That's why I think I was just being surrounded by scandals, because I was not self-aware. I didn't know who I was, and I was finding myself in positions, in associations that are not worthy of my presence.
Was muntu guys in the one zero minimum muntu in the one zero, but decide the media has not given us the side of her that we're seeing today. And I'm sure there are so many girls out there who are this bright, wise, and they're doing so many things. They've got so many layers attached to them, but we choose to just focus on the wrong things. So, what I can say is I want to see more music from you, to be honest. I want to see more music from you. I want to hear these things that you went through, because there might be a healing process for someone. They want to hear. I know there are people that want to hear your story.
Yes.
On tape. I'm not saying but put it into music, because you also have the gift, so if these stories are there, if you have all of this knowledge, these experiences, what you've learned, you might as well share with your art. So people will come to your fashion exhibition, I know for sure. And maybe one last thing that you want to say to someone who's watching, your fan, the people that are seeing you for the first time, please give them a shout, and then also give them an advice or your last words. What do you want them to know from this, episode?
From this episode, I want them to know that they are powerful. They are great. They are amazing. They are their own muse, and denial is not delay. I want them to know and understand that you are the architect of your own life. You can build your life however you want to build it. And I want them to know that success is not going to come from the way people are seeing you, perceiving you. That it's going to come from what you're healing internally. Because like I said, if you do not know yourself, you are going to find yourself in unnecessary spaces, unnecessary friendships, unnecessary organizations, unnecessary places, because you do not know yourself. So I want them to know that they matter, no matter what they're passing through, no matter what somebody else is doing to them. Because I think most of the times people are stuck in toxic relationships, toxic stages, toxic spaces whereby they're stagnant, they can't do anything because they're looking for closure. They're trying to find the reason why these bad things are happening to them. Do not waste your time looking for those kind of answers. Love yourself. You can try to get more knowledge from different things just to ensure that you connect with yourself. Like me right now, I am into a lot of things. I pray. I am into trying to understand about my zodiac sign. I am into creationism. All right. I have a lot of things that are helping me connect with myself. I have a lot of research that I'm doing to connect with me as a person, as a culture. I'm focusing my energy into things that are healing, that are going to make me be able to stand by myself and allow myself to look and feel and think that I am enough. Because I think the most of the times people want to be persevered or looked at as someone else. Like that's why I think I trap, clap, a crowd or anything like that, because we want people to see us in a certain way. How are you seeing yourself? How are you looking at yourself? Who are you? That's the question that I was unable to answer myself for a very long time. Now I can answer the question, who am I? So
who are you? I'm going to ask you that. So who are you?
I am Blessings. I am Blessings Manjandima, who is not a mistake. I am Blessings Manjandima, a person who belongs in every single space that is there. I am Blessings Manjandima, who belongs in the highest places. I am Blessings Manjandima, Nonymous, who is worthy, a divine feminine energy, not femininity, feminine energy. I am who I think I am. I am who I am going to build myself to be. And I am whatever the devil said I will never be.
Shout out. That's very powerful. Put that into a song. I'm telling you.
I already did that. You were saying I should put something in the song. The Ntandizeni song actually really helped. Something that I wanted to, that's really important that I wanted to put out there was like, this song when it was, if you're going to check my TikTok account, there's a lot of people that actually made videos out of it. Yeah. And when I'm saying that, I don't just see things and then leave it like that. I see people that are struggling with the things that they cannot say. Yeah. And then there were a lot of moments that people wrote me messages, all right, about people that actually were suicidal, people that actually passed through a certain great loss, people that actually also drinking a lot and all of that. And I was documenting those things. I was keeping those things because I believe that somebody out, because I'm not going to be able to help, but I believe there's an organization somewhere there that is going to be able to take this and be like, you know what, I think we need more awareness about mental health. I think we need more awareness. We need to be checking on the people that are actually under my sound, to be honest. Like, when I was creating that song, I knew the feeling and the spirit that I was actually releasing into that song. And it's soothing and it's healing for somebody that is passing through the exact same thing. And then when the video came out, it speaks, it's a story. I like storytelling. That's why I'm having a fashion exhibition. So when I see anybody under that sound, I'm like, no, this person needs to be checked on. All right. So if you have anybody that is under that sound, Ntandizeni, check on that friend of yours. Because they're not going to come and tell you, I'm passing through these things. Because most of the times, I was not saying anything. I was just in my bed, in tears, and not bringing it out there. But because I could no longer contain what I was feeling and the emotion, I busted. Right? So we need to check on those type of people. And also at the very same time, after checking up on them, we need to understand that healing is a lot of process. And the process also requires money. You cannot just say, you're going to be fine, you're strong. No. And I always tell any person that is going to come to me, I'm always saying to them, you know what? You are weak and you are not strong. You're going to have a lot of days that you're going to cry. But that does not mean that you're not healing. That does not mean that whatever you're passing through, what I'm telling you is not working. It's working. But you need to release all the negative energy. You need to alchemize that negative energy into something positive. So I always advise people that actually are now coming to me. I was like, you know what? I had a system, all right, that was working for me. Nobody thought it was working for me, but it was working for me. All right. Today I wake up, I write whatever I did that day, whatever went wrong and whatever went right. All right. And then the next day I write it again. And then I am going to find some differences between today and the next day. And I'm going to be like, okay, I think something changed. Even a slightest thing changed. Because I was unable to actually get out of my house. I was unable to. And when I go out, I was writing it down. I think I went out today. All right. I was unable to do some other things. So I think these type of things needs to be put out there. You know what? You are not strong. Stop trying to be strong. Who are you being strong for? You are not strong. Be weak. Strength is going to become you, because an iron sharpens an iron, yes, but then you cannot have an iron without heat. Right? What you pass through is not a mistake. Right? What you pass through is a part of who you are. It's going to take you to define it, reshape it, make it into a weapon that you're going to stab every single negative energy. Because I believe now that the world is full of energy. I believe, and I am viewing the world as an energy. And like every single time, even if I have, like I'm on TikTok and somebody comment something that is negative, and I know how it can affect my aura, my spirit, and my chakra, I'm like, you know what? I even tell them sometimes there, you know what? I'm reversing this energy, okay? Whatever was meant to happen to me with this energy should happen to you 10 times more. Why? Because I am more aware, and I believe if you look at life as energies, you're not going to tolerate nonsense because you believe like if this is an energy, I don't think this is something that I have to keep around me. So like I said, just be more aware of yourself. Try to seek for help, yes, and try to be in productive spaces, your association, all right. I was saying this on TikTok, Gunagudi, your association, whatever you say, whatever you do, is going to be good or bad to the type, depending on the type of association that you have. And I say, Gunagudi, you might have a blesser. Depending on the association, we not going to bless and do what we know about. Now, oh my God, oh you're spending the money, you're getting the money, depending on the association. And then depending on your association, when you tell someone I'm having a bless, it's going to be like, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting yourself away? Right? And I said it, depending on your association, when you tell somebody that I need to go through therapy, they're going to say you're stupid, you're crazy. Depending on your association, when you tell somebody I want to go through rehabilitation, or I want to go through therapy, or I want to focus on my mental health, depending on your association, somebody's going to tell you that, you know what, you have made a very good decision. We are proud of you. You are going to come out here strong. You are so amazing. Shout out to you for being you. Shout out to you for being all of this thing. Try to cleanse yourself. We're so proud of you. So your association also matters. Like for me right now, after experiencing every single thing, and I decided to detox, not detox just from alcohol or cigarettes, from a lot of things. Like lately, I am a very happy person. I am happy with who I am as a person, and because I'm happy with who I am as a person, I'm seeing myself as a person, as a full person. And my association has been so much limited because most of the times I was being associated with the scandals that I was being associated. I am that type of person, but nobody could have realized that. And then I was like, I think there's a mistake somewhere. And even the type of friends that I was having, people be like, I think you're also like that. So lately I was like, you know what? Let me be with my Ntandizeni. So I meditate a lot. I am alone a lot. I have my mother who has always been amazing, by the way. My father who thinks I can never do anything wrong in his eyes, and who taught me that, you know what, delay is not denial. They did not take what you have. You still have it. My daughter, you made something out of nothing years ago, and I believe that you can still do it again.
Shout out.
And he said, I love my father so much because he said, you know what, from all my children, I believe that I delayed you in a lot of things, but you have made yourself something out of nothing. Because I started, I'm a self-taught marketer, and I've worked with car companies, solar company. I have worked with production companies. I have worked with tech companies. I have worked with a lot. And then I've also done
so much. Yeah.
I've also done freelance
for other people.
Yeah,
you know, so
that type of thing. So I believe that when you should shut out the noises, shut them.
I think that's the biggest
Shut
thing.
the noises.
That's the biggest thing that someone can take away from this episode.
Yeah, shut the noise.
Zinazo, kumazika badali. If you know they're not aligning with what you want to achieve, stay focused and close off all the noises. Whatever people are saying, if they never did it before, they won't give you nice advice because they don't know what you're about to do. So don't be asking advice from people that have never done it before. You are doing it, so keep doing it. You're going to learn through the way, but it is what it is. And if people want to buy tickets to your show, where should they find them?
If people want to buy tickets to my show, definitely they should holler at you.
Okay.
First things first, your tickets are going to be here.
Okay.
The tickets are going to be here, and they should check out my TikTok page, Kamoambe. We're definitely going to give them more information there, because I was like, you know what, let me put this out there first, and then I can have ticket outlets.
Okay, so we're going to have all the description about the event, where you can get the tickets in the comment section. Please make sure you check it out. Komanso, if you have something to say to Nonymous right now, please do that. Comment, give her something positive. If you love what she's done, what she's doing, give her those positive things, because, you know, that's what we're all about. Yeah. Until next time, guys, we'll see you, and keep it locked. Subscribe, like, and you know what to do, man. Share to everybody.
Exactly.
Peace out.
Peace out.